Hey there everybody and welcome. My name is Rick Utzler here with AirgunWeb and we're going to tell you about a brand new product. It's not this tank, it's something else. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get to the new product and who's helping us do this video and all that fun stuff, a little bit of history. So I started shooting air guns back in 2005. You guys want a good chuckle? Go back on my channel to the very beginning because everything's still there. I know, it is embarrassing, but it's still there if you want to go watch it. Back in the backyard in South Carolina with the baby stuff or the jungle gym in the back and the cats and the goats, and yes, it's fun. If you want to have a chuckle, go watch it. But I shot a lot of brake barrels because PCPs were really not mainstream yet. Today, PCPs are mainstream. In fact, a lot of the barriers we had in the beginning are just gone. We have affordable personal compressors now. We have just all manner of ways to fill our PCPs, and PCPs are super affordable too. None of that existed when I started. Now, I did eventually make it over to PCPs. I started with a Discovery and then a Marauder. I hand pumped both. That was a lot of work. Then I got an aluminum tank, and then I got a couple more aluminum tanks and would cascade fill them and that whole thing. And I had to get those filled at a scuba shop, and it was a lot of work. And then, yeah, we moved forward. I remember when I got my first compressor I could run in my garage, and that just changed everything. And now we have things like this, right? Brand, you know, forget the brand. If you like these, great. If you're not, there's a bunch of others that are the same, essentially the same thing. This one is a Vever. It's worked. I use it here in the shop. It has worked really well for me in here. But these are personal compressors, and they sort of eliminated the tanks, at least for a period of time. These guys are just great for filling your gun. And as long as you're just filling your gun, these are awesome. Don't try and fill these with these, or you burn these up. Okay, so let's go back to the tank now. The problem I had back in the day and why I stopped using tanks was transporting these things was problematic. Yeah, trying to get this from point A to point B and not having it damaged or banged around, or, you know, it was a problem. I had different things I did. I had a little wooden stand that I used with some straps to hold it together. That worked for a while. And then I saw a movie and a guy was getting into a fighter jet, and he was wearing his oxygen tank in a little bag, and I said, oh my gosh, that's the ticket. That's what we need. And I had a friend of mine come out to Havasu at the time, and she sewed up a really cool pink camo, by the way, tank bag for me. Had pockets on the side and a strap, and it actually, I still have that. It still works. It still works great, and it allowed me to be far more portable with my bottles. But again, personal compressors came out. That became far more convenient than trying to lug and keep these things topped off. So I'm back to the tanks again. So why am I back to the tanks again? Well, those personal compressors are great, provided you have a place like power, either a battery or 110, and you don't mind waiting in between fills. I have found more lately that I really like the convenience of just cracking this, 10 seconds, I'm topped off and I'm back to shooting. I like that a lot better than, say, 5 to 10 minutes waiting for the compressor to run and top off my gun. So I've kind of gone back to the tanks, but that does leave me with a bit of a problem because I still need to secure the doggone thing. So now let's talk about who is bringing you this video. I was visiting Airguns of Arizona recently, and as we were sitting around the conference table and I was fixing to get ready to head out, they said, have you seen the refill rucksack? And I said, what's that? And they said, you have got to take a look at this. So this here is the refill rucksack, okay? This is a bag for this, and it is the best implementation of a fill bag or a tank bag that I have seen, hands down. This thing is awesome. Let me tell you about some of the features. I'm gonna set this down for a second, and then we're gonna put it in this bag. So, all right, so let's go through some of the features here. This has a very rugged ripstop material. That's like point number one. The build quality, the material choices, they are top shelf, super, super nice. I can see this bag really lasting for the long term. And that's if you're going to invest in something to carry your expensive bottle around, spend a little bit more, get something that's going to last you and sustain you for the life of your shooting experience, hopefully. The other thing it's got is the entire thing has got a closed cell foam lining. So every little bit, even like up here, every stitch of this has got a thick foam padding all the way around. This little collar here is sewn in there and it is flat in there. The zippers are super durable and strong. It's got two pockets, one here and one here. You've got Velcro on the side, so if you have stuff you want to stick, maybe you've got some, you know, decals or, you know, those things, or there's like another pack that you want to connect there, you've got it. If you want to have something secured to the entire system, it's got MOLLE straps, so you can go ahead and put, you know, additional gear there if you want. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's all very cool. Again, super thick padding all the way around. We've got this base. It's a heavy-duty foam square base that holds the bottle, so the tank will actually stand up. I wouldn't leave it that way, but like in a pinch, you can set it down. It should stay upright for you, at least for a period of time. Just, you don't want to just sit it there and leave it for a month. That wouldn't be smart. Okay, let's see. Did I get all of the other things? Okay, one other thing I'll talk about quickly before we put the bag in it, or put the tank in the bag. There's a lot of room up here. A lot of the bags I've seen actually leave the valve exposed. Well, you can imagine just taking it out of your truck, spin it, and clip the door, and now you've busted your valve. Now you're not shooting anymore, right? And so this really provides a lot of protection. This is molded. It actually maintains that shape because of the way it's put together. Again, super padded and very protective of your tank. Now let's go ahead and put the tank in. Okay, we're going to put this in. We'll slide the valve up to the top like that. I'm going to take our end piece here, put it in like this. Now this is a 98 cubic foot tank, so it fits, we'll say, snugly. If you have a 74 cubic foot or an 88 cubic foot, I don't do they make it 88, 88, 74, 88, 98? This is the biggest tank I know I can get that I'm aware of to be available. It fits great, nice and snug. So we've got that. We've got our base here. Maybe you guys are going to see the most awesome part we haven't talked about yet. Okay, so there we go. It'll stand like that, which is really cool. So you have this really sturdy, I might spill my water. I don't know if you guys can hear or see that, but your tank is very well protected. Now I'll go ahead and zip this up so we have this all nice and secure. Now let's talk about my absolute favorite part of this bag, which is the first time I've seen this really in one of these bags. We have these straps here, which, as you can see, act as feet, but they also come off, and now you've got a backpack. So if you're taking this out into the field, you're going like on an extended hunt, or maybe you need to take this into your like blind. I know I'm thinking of Angie, right? So Angie's got this really nice shooting blind, but she's got to shimmy up a ladder and grab her gun and all her gear. She's not taking a tank with her unless she's making multiple trips. This makes it super easy, throw it on your back. Yes, it's 20 pounds and the tank weighs what it weighs, right? But it's a whole lot easier to manage this, and you can have your accessories, maybe some extra pellets and cleaning kit and all that kind of cool stuff, all like condensed in a nice package. So you have this, you throw it on your back and you head out into the field and you've got everything you need. I'm thinking of like, maybe the next time I go iguana hunting, you know, if I want to take a PCP rather, this might be really, really cool because I've got all my gear that shouldn't really impede my motion too much. Set it down, take your shots, put it back on, move to your next, you know, your next setup. So anyway, this is the refill rucksack. You can check it out at Airguns of Arizona. Really, really cool bag. Again, like I said, it's the best implementation I've seen of this type of a system, and I definitely want to get at least a couple more so that I can put all my tanks in these bags. That way I can keep those topped off, and then when I'm at the range, I can have a whole refill station, hook my bag up, or hook my bottle up, top my gun off, and get right back to shooting in like seconds versus like you know, 10, 15 minutes. Very, very cool. Again, if you guys want to know more, you guys can look them up. Refill Rucksack, Google it, you'll find it. That's going to be it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to support what we got going on here directly, check out our Patreon page, and also you can check out the Officers Club over at airgunarmy.com. We do appreciate your help and your support. And yeah, that's going to be it. My name's Rick here with AirgunWeb. Thanks for watching.